Now, India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met with his Bangladeshi counterpart Dr. Khalilur Rahman in New Delhi. And this comes just a day after the Dhaka court had sentenced Bangladesh's exiled former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to death and had renewed calls for her extradition from India. Now, Dr. Rahman then arrived in the Indian capital on Tuesday evening for a two-day conclave that began on Wednesday, focusing on maritime domain awareness, counterterrorism and disaster response. The closely watched bilateral meeting between both officials took place ahead of the 7th NSA-level meeting of the Colombo Security Conclave hosted by India, to be attended by counterparts from Sri Lanka, Maldives and Mauritius. In an official statement, the Bangladesh High Commission in New Delhi described the discussion as constructive. And this marks the first visit by the Bangladeshi NSA to India since the interim government assumed power in August 2024. And this is also the highest level of contact between New Delhi and Dhaka since the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the interim chief advisor Mohammad Yunus met in Bangkok on the sidelines of the BIMSTEC summit. The relations between both the countries have remained largely frosty since Bangladesh accused India of sheltering the ousted Sheikh Hasina. India, meanwhile, has expressed concerns over the rising anti-India sentiment and the safety of Bangladeshi Hindu minority. However, before Dr. Rahman's departure, the Yunus administration signaled that regional cooperation remains a priority. An earlier government announcement had stressed that Bangladesh had actively participated in the meetings of various regional bodies. And WION's Siddhant Sibil has been tracking the story very closely for us about the high-stakes talks between India and Bangladesh and also of the NSAs ahead of the Colombo Security Conclave. And this is the report that he sent us. Listen in.
The Bangladeshi NSA is here in India, and this is a visit that is being closely watched, coming just days after the verdict on Sheikh Hasina. Now, we know that he's here for the Colombo Security Dialogue, and this dialogue is key in terms of how countries like India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Mauritius and Bangladesh work together to deal with the challenges of the Indian Ocean region. In fact, this time around, Malaysia has been invited for participation at the group's meeting, the meeting that is going to take place on Thursday.